So my last video ended because my phone overheated in the hot sun. Shocker. But we were talking about the suckers and whatnot. And when I was allowing my phone to cool off, I did look up the issue with this tomato. And this indeed is cat facing. Cat facing is caused by fasciated blossom, which is basically more than one flower is fused together. So like this right here, this is a typical single blossom, but if you were to have like more than one stuck together and it gets pollinated, you get a big old tomato like this and a bottom like that, and they can create lots of unsightly crevices, which creates an environment for pests to feed on and thrive in. So I'm just going to take this out of the garden entirely and hopefully save the rest of my fruits. Okay, so hello lovely tomatillos. I did have a problem with flea beetles. I don't know if you can see all the little tiny holes in there. What I did for that was I bought a bottle of neem oil. It was a 16-ounce bottle. And then I got one of those gallon pump sprayers, and you put an ounce of neem oil to a gallon of water, and then like 2 tablespoons of Dawn dish soap. And you spray that on your plant either early in the morning or in the evening time, and then just let it dry, and any bug that is on your plants at the time will die. So every few days it's good to do that. But I'm thinking this yellowing is either sunburn from that or low pH in the soil, which I just talked about. I've been adding sulfur to it, hoping that will help. But doing the neem oil in the middle of the day can actually be really detrimental to your plants, because it's like adding cooking oil to them and they'll get sunburned really easy. So you just want to do that like in the evening time when the sun goes down, and it gives time for it to dry without scorching your plants. And then underneath of that little behemoth that's the Dancing with Smurfs. And then next to that is a yellow plum, which is putting off lots and lots of little blossoms, and that's really exciting. I haven't seen any tomatoes. Oh, just kidding. Looky right there. Little babies. Oh, yay! That makes me so happy. And then right next to that is an indigo apple, which I believe is also it's a saladette size, and it will be dark blue or purple. But I've got some on the far side over here that are starting. And then this one on the end is a Clackamas blueberry. I believe it gets slightly bigger than a blue. It's slightly bigger than a berry, because there's some right there, and that it's gonna get bigger than I thought it was. Where's my thing there? That's pretty big for a blueberry, I would think. I don't know. I don't know much about these guys, so I'm excited to see how they'll turn out. Oh, there's a big one! Yay! Leaves. I can't show you. There. Yay. Okay. So that's all my tomatoes on this side. Sorry, on this side of the trellis. I have more. But then I have this trellis. Over here, I have 1 and 1 Tigger melons, which they are a little, I mean, they're bigger than a softball, but they're a little like personal sized melon. and they're really starting to take off. I just kind of have to encourage it up the trellis a little bit. But it's starting to put off blossoms. It makes me happy. Over here, this Kajari, also 1 and 1, got flowers everywhere, but I have not noticed, maybe, I haven't noticed fruit starting, but this is closing up. I don't know, that might be male. Nah, I can never tell until they really start to bulge. Oh, look in there. There's a little sweat bee hanging out. Do your thing, buddy. But this is really getting big, and it's getting big quick. I was starting to wonder. It had a really slow start, but man, it's like every day it's a whole square or more taller, which is awesome. Awesome. On the back side of this, I have a dahlia that is really slow growing, a cotton plant, a red foliated cotton, which cotton is it's in the hibiscus family, and so that really puts off some lovely flowers before it makes little cotton buds. And then that is a dinner plate dahlia, which is just getting gigantic and still no buds. Very sad about that. Down here I have a little rosemary plant. Am I pointing at it? Yeah. Rosemary plant. I had some other herbs planted here that died. Bummer. This is a, what is it? I think it's a Seattle dahlia. And then dragon tongue, royal burgundy. Yes, dragon tongue, royal burgundy, dragon tongue, royal burgundy, the borage, zinnias. And then I've got more beans down here. These are all royal burgundy. Just the flowers on these things are just... Focus for me, please. They are lovely. If I can show you. I don't know. I'm sorry. My phone is just like, no. There, maybe that's better. And these are dragon tongue. They will produce a like cream colored bean with purple streaking. But they're all like a green bean type bean. And when you cook them, they turn green. So on the dinner plate, they don't look like anything special, but when they're in the garden, they sure do, and they make you happy. At least they do me. My one lonely marigold is being overcrowded by the dragon tongues. I'd planted a whole bunch and none of them really took. I got the seeds from a seed swap, and I just don't know that they had a good germination rate. But here is a Texas Hill Country okra and another. They are also in the hibiscus family, and so the okra blossoms are gorgeous. I don't really know what to do with okra. I'm open to suggestions. Here is one of my sweet variegated peppers. Look in here, got some pretty, I believe they're actually candy cane variety, but I got the plants at Ace Hardware and it just said variegated sweet snacking peppers, which I believe roughly translates to pretty sweet, we don't know what they are pepper. But in my gardening group that I'm in on Facebook, some people suggested that they were candy cane, and it does look very much like that. So I'm thinking that's probably what it is. The big box stores just don't know. My one surviving nasturtium. This just breaks my heart. I had 5 of these and they were all doing so well. They're variegated and they had big bright flowers on them. Ugh. And then the bunnies ate them. You can eat these. You can pick the leaves and you can pick the flowers and eat them like in a salad, and they taste like horseradish. So they're actually like really spicy. Whew, they're spicy. But I'm a sissy when it comes to spices though. Here's my one proud sage plant. I never get a good sage and I'm really excited about this one. And this down here is a gladiolus. I got this in a seed swap and it's getting tall, but it's going really, really slowly, and so I don't know if it has everything it needs or if it's just not gonna give me flowers. Maybe I put it in too late. I don't know. I'm gonna end this video and start the next one on the other side of the trellis. Back to tomatoes.